You and Nicky, when Nicky, when the Benh'sDays, you and the Benh'sDays, kick you in the Benh'sDays, kick you in the Benh'sDays, you in the Benh'sDays, kick you in the Benh'sDays, you in the Benh'sDays, kick you in the Benh'sDays. So, first question, how old am I? I'm 21 years old. Hey, a bug. Another question is how tall am I? 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 I'm 6 feet, yeah. Let's do a good question. How is the Canadian scene? I'd say I doesn't really know the Canadian scene by itself, but I really know a lot about the Quebec scene. And for those of you who don't know, Quebec is a province of Canada. For those who live in the US, it's basically like a state. And yeah, the Quebec scene is really sick. It's all concentrated in one group on Facebook called Fingerboarding Quebec that we have this many number on it, which I'm an administrator of. I remember joining that group in 2011. We were like 53 and now we're over 2,600 or something. It's really crazy to think about. Mike Schneider came and said like he was surprised about the community, like we were so much. Like in the event in Quebec, I think we had like more than 80 people, which is kind of crazy for a fingerboard event when you think about it. Next question. My dream setup. Yeah, that's my dream setup. Opinion on trendy style. Why people love pop music. Like, why do people listen to it? That's a good answer, I'd say. You got Tiemen who asked if I use spacer. No, I don't. I use 29mm trucks. And I'll finish on a really good question. How can you be consistent? To be consistent, you need, first of all, to understand every single movement. You need to understand that every single movement that you do in fingerboarding have an impact on the final result. If you try to do a tricks and you kinda think it's like that, if you kinda think that, to do a switch I need to pop there and just do that, and then you just try to do it, but you doesn't really understand it, you're never gonna get anywhere and never gonna get consistent in that trick. Basically, fingerboarding is all about motor skills and motion capacity. If you don't know what motor skill or motion capacity is, the best example of a good motor skill or motion capacity would be, you know those videos on Facebook when you see a worker work really fast and is even not looking at his work, like he's just doing it automatically? Well, this is motor skills. He repeated that movement so easily that it became part of his nerve, and it's like muscle memory. Yeah, I think that's the good term. Motor skills, yeah, muscle memory. So it's just about understanding every single movement of your trick and repeat the trick over and over and over and over and over and over again. You really have to motivate yourself and assess to learn one trick perfectly. And you're gonna be, I'm gonna learn this trick and land it 60% of the time. Does that make sense? I hope so, because for me it does, and that's what I do. Like, I really love flat grounds. For this, it's because flat ground is the base of all consistency. So when you go to a flip to grind, the thing that's gonna make you consistent is the flip trick that is perfect every time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that episode of Benh'sDays. Yeah.